Okay, here we go. Professional television voice incoming. You ready?
Sure.
Right. Oh god. Fuck.
Just skip this one. Just edit it down.
What is up, everybody? Sinistra here, and today we're here with a brand new episode. Well, I say brand new episode of the first ever episode of Dungeon Grinders. So in this series, it's just me and a couple of guys from my guild, Tim and Lolkin, chatting about bullshit while we do heroic dungeons. Hey guys, how you doing? You alright?
Hi.
Hello. Oh, you just both said that in symmetry. That's great. Fucking
Ready?
ready?
Professional voices.
Professional voices. So Tim, hey.
Hello.
Hello. That's Tim and Lolkin.
Hi.
There you go. Now everybody knows what you sound like. Well, one sounds like a Swede, so that's really, it's not hard.
Wow, that's a bit
Pic-
racist, isn't it?
Nah, it's fine. It's not racist at all. So we wanted to talk about Legendaries today, just because we've all been obsessing over it for like the last 8 weeks, like, and I'm pretty much done now, and I just need to talk. I need to relieve the salt, because Jesus fucking Christ. And Tim, this guy likes my face.
I know. I saw.
But yeah, like, so what are your guys' overall feelings on the old Legendary system then?
It's a cool system, but it's super RNG, which I think really possesses a threat in terms of like high-end raiders if they want to perform.
Yeah.
It's just really punishing if you don't get the right ones you need to do, say, single target DPS, or do the extra cleave DPS, or extra execute damage in a boss phase.
Yeah, it just kind of like sucks that like one of the things that I enjoy most in this game is like logging, and I can't log because I haven't got the right legendaries, which is just pretty fucking devastating.
It's so punishing, to be honest, this whole system. Like, for balanced druids, for example, the headpiece is a huge single target DPS increase. And if you don't get that, you're pretty much gonna fall behind on single target logs, unless you get some super good RNG in the fight. With extra ad pad or whatever. But
Yes, I surrendered. I'm not proud of myself, but 53.7% of the damage done. Do you know? Just
That's worth.
it's
Right there.
justified.
just shadow things. But like, I don't know, like I got one. Like, me and you both have the probably effectively the shittest one, Lolkin,
Yes.
in which we have Piridaz, the Magnum Opus, the really shitty neck. And Tim,
DPS that is.
yeah, yeah, the shittest one for DPS classes, because like you play Boomkin main, I play Shadow main, obviously, and like it's just fucking awful. Like, I hate it. And like, Tim, what did you get? You've got
I got some decent ones actually. On my warrior, I got the braces, which is a decent heal buff. And on the demon hunter, I've got the boots, which is great for dungeons.
Yeah. But like the thing that gets me about the whole system is like I'm not a fan. Like, first off, like I'll say like I really am not a fan of it. And like the thing that gets me is like Blizzard's attitude with it in a way. Like I remember like them talking about how, you know, like they wanted to bring this element of fun in, and they wanted them to like drop quite frequently, and like, you know, they didn't want them to be rare, and they wanted people to like, they just wanted people to like feel like they could get powerful items by doing like simpler stuff.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that initial concept. Are we gonna get both patrols?
Yeah, we'll be fine, don't worry.
Okay. I like that initial concept, but then like when we saw it in theory, like it's just, I don't know, like I don't know, this whole thing that they would said that like the feeling of excitement you'd get when a legendary drops, that's not something that I've experienced. Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's more, did I get the right one?
yeah,
It's
like,
different for everyone, isn't it? That's the
Yeah.
problem. Juma is someone who's had 3 in one day, so that must have been a pretty exciting moment. But
Yeah.
for someone like you got 1 so far, and it was shit. It's just a bit of a slap in the face, really.
It all depends as well, because all of the classes have this few legendaries that are absolutely super ridiculous strong for them. So whenever you see an orange item drop, you just sit there and pray that it hits the right one, or otherwise you just have to farm more, which is... It's grindy, yes, but I don't know if it's grindy in the right way.
yeah, like it's not I think the thing they said is they didn't want to have another system like the ring system, which was just like an eventual goal, because they felt that that was always a feeling of like relief, and they wanted a feeling of happiness. But can't tell you how much I want a feeling of relief right now.
I think there's a huge thing that they're missing. When you got the cape and Pandaria, the idea behind it was, as much as it was like an eventual, oh, finally I've got it, it was kind of, you're getting this power from like an ancient land, and it's infused with the dragon power and all that crap. And the same with like the daggers from Deathwing, it was a big deal because of where they came from. But we're getting these named items that are incredibly powerful from the end of heroic dungeon bosses.
It's like you gathered, or even worse, it's like Cassius of World Quest. It's like, you gathered me 80 Fjandskagel. Here, take this.
Yeah, here's Lady Leodrin's signet, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
How
take
did
this
you
box
have
of
this
shit.
in the first place?
Take this box of shit that I just had lying around in fucking the warden's place. You know?
I just don't feel like it has. It should definitely be a road to get a legendary, not just a grind. It feels wrong, really, compared to the other legendaries that we've had in a while.
Like the location of where they come from. Like when you get, for instance, just randomly, just like if you get Sourfang's axe, you don't want it from a box. You want to be doing something epic when you get it.
You want Sourfang to fucking give it to you. You know, it's just like, it's just. You want that, so like there's a little bit of that payoff thing, that lore payoff, but then there's also that feeling of like, well, like, I don't know, like I find like the ring, like the legendary ring, you know, as much as we all fucking like take the piss out of like Khadgar and his like Apexis grinds and all that sort of stuff, but it felt like you were like coming to the end of this massive journey, and like you've done all of this work and things like that, and then you got the ring, and then it paid off, and then you slowly upgraded it and things like that, and like the more like times you killed Archimon, the more powerful your ring got and things like that, until like, you know, when you had a full like 795 like ring, like that was a freaking feat. You'd done it, like you'd spent all the time and you'd really worked for it and it paid off. Whereas like,
I agree.
Like when
Unfortunately, the ring legendary, in my opinion, was utterly bullshit. The fact that it was affecting everyone if one person used it, so one person's mistake could lead to everyone suffering from it instead of huge payoff.
But I don't know. I don't think we had too many problems with that though. I think I could see for like the masses, like ungilded or people that don't raid as much as we do, I can see that being a problem. Like for us, that was never really, you know, like we had the occasional balls up, but like.
Yeah, but I mean, for guilds necessarily, it wasn't really an issue. But if you were doing your random dungeon or
like Raid Finder was just like, oh, when's the ring gonna get popped? Oh, fucking
exactly.
who fucking knows? Let's just spin the roulette wheel. But
that was the problem with it. However, I think the idea of, as well, one thing I'm missing is when you switch to your off spec, suddenly you're doing no damage because your legendaries are in your main spec.
Yeah. There's definitely that. Like, what I would have preferred to see, if I'm honest, is like a class-based system, like where like I would have preferred like an order hall mission system. I'm not talking about like sending stuff away missions. I'm more talking about like, you know, like a campaign, like, and like you got to pick like one of 4 or something like that, like. From the thing, like, you know, like at least that way you had your ability to pick one, like, and then you can introduce the element of RNG and all that sort of stuff, things like that if you want to with the rest of them, but at least make like a way for, like, you know, you get sent off on, I go off on a shadow campaign and things like that to find one of my items and things like that, and like there's a big load of lore to it, you know, and it fills out some Shadow Priest story and things like that, and like then I get a legendary, like that would have been better for me than just them dropping fucking nowhere.
Yeah, but that's also something that Ilorian said that the other day when we were talking about it. The fact that it's so RNG, what legendaries you can get, and the fact that they've made it so that classes have BIS legendaries per se. An interesting idea would be to.
We're not healing the rest of this, by the way, apparently, because I clicked the wrong button. So, sorry.
But yeah, he said basically, what if you were to implement a vendor into the instance, into the game, and when you've obtained 2 legendaries, you can go and disenchant them if you're unhappy with them, and make another one from the 2 ones you've disenchanted already.
It's
Oh.
similar to Diablo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, feels like this entire expansion has been a huge rip-off of Diablo, to be honest. They've taken so many ideas, and not that I'm complaining about it, because I like Diablo as well, but...
Yeah, but I think there's things that work for Diablo where characters don't last that don't work in this one. Like, you know, I have a bigger connection to my character in this game than I ever had to any of my Diablo characters, because like I only ever play fucking seasons in Diablo. You know, like I don't.
You don't know the pain of hardcore.
Yeah, like yeah.
Me and my bay.
Yeah, no, but I'd fucking fuck that noise, like legitimately. But like yeah, I don't have any, like, I played like this named, not specifically this exact one, but I've played this priest for like 8 years. You know, I played a shadow priest for 8 years, and like freaking. Oh, is it left? Is it left?
Yeah, we're here.
But yeah, and like I have way more connection to this, and when like this, I'm struggling to sort this guy out. Like it's a real fucking pain. Like, and all this RNG, like just across the entire fucking loot system. Like the fact that like we saw people getting 895 gear from Raid Finder yesterday.
Yeah.
That's atrocious. I can't believe that. Like, and this is, I don't want this to come across as me being elitist, because it's not. Like, but I just, because like, honest to God, in general, I don't care what people get. Like, I don't, like, if like someone who doesn't raid wants to be wandering around in 880 gear and they get that from doing quests, fine. Like I'm not overly that bothered. What I am bothered about is just like the fact that there is so much swing in these systems that we can't like prepare for.
Yeah, like in a single guild, you can have people putting in multitudes of different efforts due to, you know, life problems and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, some of them, like, for example, and this isn't anything bad, because Aaliyah's at uni, it's a really hard thing to do, in my opinion, like, especially living away from home and stuff. So if he doesn't want to put that much effort into WoW, fair enough. But the guy has 5 legendaries, and it probably has like a lot less game time at 110 than all of us.
Yeah.
And sort of, you know, it's stuff like that. We're not being rewarded for the time we're spent in game due to this new gear system.
Yeah.
All you need is luck. You don't need to spend time in the game anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but then the people like in our situation, like the fact that progression can be like altered so heavily by having the right legendaries, like I'm not saying like our progression this tier, right? We all know the issue. Like we had some issues as XAS that we're not going to go into now, but like we all know we had some issues. But like one of the issues that like is a legitimate thing is that we did not have very many main spec legendaries, like BIS legendaries, like at the beginning. Like we missed out on like whereas other guilds like and the people who had like all those mythic plus split runs underneath them, like you talk about like the guilds above us. Like, but the guilds around our tier that did about the same as us, that were only running like single characters, like Quelm got luckier than us. Like Quelm got luckier than us on Legos and things like that, and like that kind of really set us back a bit. Do you know what I mean?
But the question is though, would it have been better to say, if I play a balanced druid main, should I have leveled 1 or 2 other balanced druids just in case I would get the head legendary on that?
Yeah,
and then
That's where the problem comes back, though, isn't it? Is you could do that and still not have a BIS legendary, whereas Aaliyah would still have his 5.
Yeah,
the RNG factor into it is very much stressful.
Yeah, it puts people in our situation in a difficult situation, which we have to like go. Which we're like, I feel obligated to play probably more than I should, because I want to get best in slot legendaries so that we can I want to try and give myself the best opportunity to get best in slot legendaries so that we can freaking progress better. But it's not paid off. And like, at this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna slow down because like I literally can't play as much as I'm fucking playing in a minute. But it's just frustrating, like a lot of the time, like that it's not done. Like, and that's I think is the exact opposite feeling that I think Blizzard wanted us to have, though.
I think they should have stuck with the original idea. I think in the perfect world, the best way to have done it would have been to have different legendaries drop from different places.
Yes, so we can at least farm them.
Yeah, so there is a way to target them. So say once a week, your job is to go in and make sure you kill Cenarius, because that's where your druid's best in slot legendary is from.
Yeah.
And you can target them. So there are quests that can go, oh, well, my best in slot legendary is off killing this quest mob or doing this world quest every week. So I need to make sure I do that. And a raider would go, well, mine's to kill Xavius this week, every week, to make sure I get that. And have the mission through maybe a proc chance from your artifact research. Oh, while we were digging through the notes for your artifact, we found this, a really powerful item that, you know, Cenarius holds in the nightmare.
Yeah, that would have been way better.
That would have been the best system then, because everyone could target a legendary, and there'd be a much better chance of people getting one.
Yeah.
It would give everyone a much more fair chance.
And at least when you then, like Sam and you lot can, when you turn around and go, oh, my legendary drop, what is it? You don't go, oh, it's that shitty neck no one wants.
Yeah, it's the shitty neck that I personally, I can't even equip. I can't wear it. Doesn't matter. Like, I've got the research that lets me wear two. I can't wear one. But...
And that's the problem, isn't it? Because then what would happen is, even if you didn't see it for weeks, you'd eventually turn around and it would drop, and you'd just be so happy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I you know, if when I get my Magnazena's Madness, my belt, or my, you know, Mother Shiraz's Seduction, my shoulders, like, I'm just the happiest boy on the planet, because, like, it's just going to be a relief moment. But, like,
Precisely.
it's like it'll be happiness release, but, like, at the moment, it's just fucking, ugh.
So many of the items are named after places that you could get them in the game. Like my BIS for Demon Hunters, fragment of the Betrayer's prison. So it would drop from the Vault of the Warders, where Illidan was imprisoned. What's wrong with that? But no, they have to just drop randomly, which is a huge cause of just upset for everyone, really.
Yeah, it's just a bit but like and it's just such a shame, because at core they're fun items. Like, they're fun items that change your playstyle, like almost reasonably dramatically in a lot of cases and things like that. And like, that's really fun, and it's really interesting, and it's just a shame that like I think for us specifically, just because of how much we raid and things like that, like how much they are actually a requirement for us to really perform at the best we can, and how it's kind of like a little bit draining how much we have to spend looking for the fuckers.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's not just the iffy, oh, you get a 2k DPS increase. Some of these legendaries gives you like 40 to 50k DPS increase.
Yeah.
Whether it be single target increase or AoE increase or just an overall increase. They have so much different meanings to different people. Just so punishing not to have it.
Yeah, like there's mage braces that make like the stupid pyro ones, like that just increase the pyro blast damage like massively. Like you look at a log of a mage without them and a log of a mage with them, and the pyro blast damage difference is ridiculous. Or like my belt, which just like gives mind blast 3 charges, which doesn't sound so huge, but then when you team that up with Surrender to Madness and you realize like, oh, like that's generating me like so much freaking into like, it's 12, 24, 48, it's gonna be for like 50 to 60 insanity per charge, which lets me stay in Surrender to Madness for like upwards of maybe like 40 seconds longer. Like, that's ridiculous, you know?
Exactly. I think the good things about them though is the fact that it is, if you do get a nice one, it's nice to see it, and it's random. And the fact that it does augment stuff and give you different builds. Again, similar to Diablo. Yeah. When you get a legendary, like my legendary for the Demon Hunter means I can play with Fiery Demise. Oh no, Burning Alive, sorry. Which is like a whole other thing, and it's cool.
But it would have been another thing then if they turned around and made it so that each legendary had a very strong build path for it. But at the moment, you have the opportunity to get super unlucky and get Opus, the necklace, or the ring, Cephus. And I mean, they're not going to be contributing to your DPS whatsoever in a raid environment, or very, very super rarely in cases.
Yeah, I mean, like Cephus, like the only thing about Cephus that's nice is that Cephus is a decent stat stick. Like that's, like there's a couple of them that are just decent stat sticks that at least you could wear. But like, I mean, like how many of you got like looking? Because I mean, I've got I'd say 3 that are like really, really good. I got the belt, the head, the braces.
The what? Sorry.
I've got 3 legendaries that are like really like solid legendaries that I could like always use. Like it's the belt, the neck, and the belt. Sorry, the belt, the head, and the belt, the shoulders, and the braces are the ones that I could use all the time. Like, I'd be happy with any of them.
If you give me 1 second, I'll actually look that up.
I think that's another thing as well. The amount of legendaries that are genuinely good or not. The fact that, you know, like Guardian Druids have almost, there isn't a bad one almost. It's crazy. And then for like Havoc Demon Hunter and stuff, there's less, and you know, Shadow Priest there's 3. For Prot Warriors, I think there's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So there's essentially 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess there's 3 of them that are decent that you could have equipped at all times. Cephus, I guess, just for the stat stick, and the occasional you can proc it with. You can actually proc it with what's it called? Solar Beam.
Mm-hmm.
However, you don't want to just go and waste Solar Beam to proc your ring randomly. That's a no-no. You need to save it for important moments in the boss fight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So the RNG fact, like, I would only use Cephus for its stats, but never for anything else.
Oh God, healer, please.
Healer is not doing anything. I just find it a really awkward system. They should have made, as you said, like maybe made every legendary relative to what you can do. But I guess that's also very different because Cephus, I guess, is decent for PvPers.
Mm.
As
But
well as
then you can't use it. You can't use them in PvP.
for world PvP.
Well, yeah, world PvP, yeah, but like I don't think that's a big thing for PvPers. Like,
It's kind of their fun place. That's their heroic dungeons.
yeah, like realistically, it's all about those rated battlegrounds, and you can't use shit in rated battlegrounds, which makes it even weirder that they can drop from freaking caches.
Yeah,
In
it kind of. I think it's a bit unfair as well. The fact that they really can't get anything.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, talking about legendaries, do you remember when they were freaking talking about them not working in Mythic?
Yeah, I remember that. They said at least for like the first couple of weeks for the progress race,
Yeah.
and they just changed it.
And like, I mean, admittedly, and when you really look at it in terms of like the real race, it didn't make that much difference. Like, it was more about just who had done more Mythic Plus farm, which is a whole other different fucking topic. But but like, yeah, like it's just like they did. I don't know. I don't think they played that big a part realistically. I don't think you can claim that big a part. I think the more lucky people got, like if you had a whole guild get lucky, then yeah, I think that probably did change progress a little bit for some people. Like, because fights like Il'gynoth, fights like Ursoc, fights like Elarith, and to a certain degree, I'd say fights like Nythendra are really sort of like altered by just having better damage.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd say.
I mean, even scenarios, it doesn't feel like.
Scenarios absolutely is going to be, yeah, and so it's
I don't think the boss was meant to be DPS check, but the fact that with higher DPS you can skip out phases is just too strong, and you don't really want to pass on that opportunity.
Oh no, 100% no. Like the fact, yeah, like this, like, and like the fact that we're going to be bursting, like, oh well, me and Dream are probably going to be popping, like, Surrender to Madness, like in the first phase, just to burst through.
Yeah, just to get it into the second phase.
Yeah.
To skip one ad wave.
Mhm.
But that's also something that, I mean, Dream's damage, like, if you were to perform identically, considering Dream has the better legendaries, he will then do better DPS. And what was that based on? RNG.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, definitely, Legendaries, but and the way that they're doing it, they just need to
Executed
refine it.
slightly poorly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like anything though, isn't it? There's trial and error, I think. it'll be a while before
Yeah.
they get it just right. Same with world quests, and that's another whole topic as well.
That's another whole kettle of fish. But like, honest to God, I think like, I think as Legendaries go, I think generally, I think we could probably say that we all like it. Like, we all like them. We just all wish that they sort of like fix how they drop, because
Yes.
I think there is a major problem with how they're dropping right now. That it's just, it's not fun. It's not fun at all, and like, it's one of probably the main reasons of burnout for a lot of players. I think you know, there's people that are getting aggravated by not having them, and there's people that are getting burnt out because they're playing so much to try and get them.
Yeah, I agree.
And see, it's not going to res me. But yeah, I think that's probably enough on that one. But thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been great. Thanks very much, guys, for joining me. And we'll be back next week for another episode of Dungeon Riders. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.